News out of Chrysler has been very quiet over the last year as the company went into serious restructuring, including bankruptcy protection, government bailout, and a partnership with Fiat.
Well, we finally have a new vehicle to report on and one that gives us a clear understanding of the direction that the company is headed. The Jeep brand, particularly the Grand Cherokee, has a lot of brand appeal in the marketplace, one that Chrysler hopes will bring buyers into the dealership looking for a sophisticated yet off-road worthy SUV. This Grand Cherokee is bigger than the outgoing model. It has a much more refined ride and interior, plus it's available with an all-new V6 engine.
This all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee is based on the next-generation Mercedes ML platform. Remember that old Daimler-Chrysler partnership? Well, this is a carryover from before they divorced. Now, Jeep was quicker to get their vehicle to market. That's why it's out first. Styling is strong. Even on the base model, there is little hard plastic cladding. The Jeep grille is one of the most recognizable designs in the entire auto industry. So it's no wonder it's featured in chrome finish and framed by narrow, aggressive-looking headlights. The flowing body panels are offset by trapezoidal wheel openings, framed with wheel arch extensions. The back is simple and features taillights that are similar to the Dodge Journey. Big wheels make a bold statement on any SUV, so all are either painted alloy or polished aluminum in sizes ranging from 17 to 20 inches.
One of the biggest criticisms of Chrysler products over the last few years has been their addiction to hard, cheap plastics on the interior. Well, there's none of that in here. The dash, armrests, and door handles feature soft-touch materials. The center console is nicely integrated with large and easy-to-use switches and dials. On the higher trim levels, there is a nice complement of textures and colors to really make the interior pop, including stitched dash and armrest panels. Key standard features include push-button start, auxiliary input, 8-way power driver seat, dual-zone air conditioning, and tilt and telescopic steering wheel. Options include heated front and rear seats, backup camera, park assist, power liftgate, ventilated front seats, navigation, and panoramic sunroof.
The back seat of this new Grand Cherokee is so much better than the old model. The old one was torture to sit in, so they added 10 centimeters of additional legroom. It's very comfortable back here. The back cargo area has 20% more cargo capacity than the outgoing model. It's a 5-seater SUV. It's not a 7-seater, but Dodge is going to be using an extended version of this platform for the new Durango, and that will be a full-size crossover.
This new 3.6-liter V6 engine with 290 horsepower really deserves some praise. It pulls easily at slow speeds, and it's got power all the way to the red line. Yes, the 5.7-liter V8 Hemi is still available, but to be honest, the V6 is lighter, it uses a lot less fuel, and it never feels like a compromise. In fact, this new V6 offers better fuel consumption than the old diesel engine, which has been dropped. The road manners of this new Cherokee are first-rate. With the new, stiffer, Mercedes-derived platform, it's a rock on the highway, and the feeling is one of quality. All Grand Cherokees in Canada come standard with Jeep's QuadraTrack 1 4x4 system or the optional QuadraTrack 2 and QuadraDrive 2. In addition, there's Select Terrain, which allows the driver to choose settings for snow, mud, sand, rock, and sport.
Okay, here's the thing about the new Grand Cherokee. It starts at just under $38,000, and the top-of-the-line model is just under $50,000. That's the one we have here. And that's thousands less than the outgoing model, plus it has more standard equipment. This vehicle obviously has great off-road capabilities. It comes available with an airlift suspension, so what you get is the best of on-road character and off-road capability. I also had a chance to drive the Grand Cherokee off-road over some very slippery mountain conditions when this vehicle was launched a few months ago. With regular tires, the Grand Cherokee was amazing both up and downhill. Even though this vehicle is very refined on-road, its off-road capability is not compromised. So when I was at the launch of the Grand Cherokee, I didn't just get to go off-road. I got to drive all of the vehicle trim levels over a couple of days up and down the California coast, including the base model V6, the Limited, which is kind of like the middle grade, and the top Overland with the V8, which is the one that I'm driving here today. And all of them are smooth and quiet and sophisticated, riding on that Mercedes-Benz platform. Do yourself a favor though, try the V6. Don't just go to the V8 by default. The V6 is very good, 290 horsepower. That's a lot of ponies. The Grand Cherokee has finally grown up, not only to be an off-road tour de force, but a modern and classy place to spend some time. Considering the amount of refinement and capability packed into this new Jeep, I predict it'll bring previous Jeep buyers back to the brand and should be considered by many buyers in the mid-size SUV category.
So Zach, is the Grand Cherokee back?
I think in a big way. If you're shopping for a Grand Cherokee, do yourself a favor and try the 3.6-liter V6. It's probably all you'll ever need. It's that good, almost 300 horsepower. The interior is the best effort we've seen from Chrysler, and it really looks fantastic through all of the trim levels. Plus, when you're driving this vehicle, it feels really well made, and considering the price, this vehicle is fighting with luxury vehicles for inside content and the build quality. On the downside, the only thing, Lacey, that I'd like to see is when you put the vehicle in drive, there's no sport setting. Not a problem when you're driving the V8, but with the V6, sometimes you could use that setting. Now, what did you like about it?
Well, you know what, Zach, I love the fact that you've got this refined ride, yet you still have that legendary Jeep off-road capability. And you touched on the V6, but this V8 is potent. The extra room in the back seat makes a huge difference, and you know what? This thing is good looking. And on the downside, there was a diesel available up until 2008. There's no diesel available on this, so here's hoping that maybe they'll work out something with Mercedes and we'll see a diesel in the future.
That would be a big seller. Now, you know what? We mentioned off the beginning, Lacey, this is the first look at Chrysler after their restructuring, but they have more vehicles to show us. 75% of the Chrysler lineup is going to be redone, and we're heading off on a road trip with Chrysler. They're going to show us all of the vehicles. We'll get lots of interviews. We're going to be down in the San Francisco area, so it's going to be very interesting. And let's hope that those new vehicles from Chrysler are as impressive as this new Jeep.
Can't get enough of automotive news and updates? Then visit our website for web-only features. We're at drivingtelevision.com. After the break, provinces are implementing tough new cell phone bans. We'll show you the best ways to connect hands-free. The 5th Generation 5 Series is here. Is it still top dog, or has BMW messed with a good thing? And most of us don't think of finding a good body shop until after an accident, but we'll walk you through the steps now.